Karen. Karen. Ooh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Focus. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another week of mini making. Hope you had a wonderful day and a wonderful week since I've seen you last. Um, and yeah, I don't know. Do I need to tell you anything before we jump straight into things? Memory. You know what? I'll remember if I'll need to say anything. Hey, Christiana. Um. So yeah. So true, right? Happy Thanksgiving to all celebrate it. Yeah. Um. Is it so? Today is like the big dinner, right? So like I don't know. I mean, I guess it's lunchtime now, so maybe for you guys, so it's okay. But yeah, I guess it's like a big busy day anyway. So thank you so much for coming. Um, and yeah, in a very not connected to Thanksgiving life, we'll be making tiny little tiny curtains, basically. Hey, Sue. So first, I owe you like the painted finished pieces from last time. So we'll do the split screen, and I can show you. I don't know why I didn't put them in the screen, but all of these lovely little treasures that we've worked on last time. Um, and of course the tiny, tiny little crystal ball. It's so tiny. I don't know if it can focus on it, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. And we have all of these cool little decorations. I will say this guy is gigantic. I mean, it's in scale for everything in the house, so we can use it. But it's just a very big piece. It does make sense, if it's like a relief from an Egyptian temple. Thanks so much, Sue. Then the size does make sense, definitely, but it's just really big. So we'll see. We'll decide if there should be some place where we put a nice little Seth and Anubis having a chat plaque, but if not, you know, there'll always be another project. But these guys are a good size. So we have these Egyptian pieces, and this is like has little runes in it. It looks pretty black on the camera, but it is gray actually. So it's supposed to be like gray stone with some nice Celtic runes. Yay! And this one, which I decided to try and make look like jade, it sort of worked, maybe a little bit. It does have a bit of a shine on, which I don't know if the camera can catch. But jade actually has the stone is a bit translucent, so it wasn't something that this material can really um, create so much. But I think it works pretty nice. We'll see. So yeah, these are from last week, and yeah, I'll bring up the tiny little crystal ball that is falling off. Wait. I don't know how much you can see it, but yeah, it's pretty dang tiny. So that's our little Occult Day celebration pieces. And today we'll be working on curtains. Curtains for the parlor, which I have been saying that I'll do for a while now. So, yay! Thank you. So for the curtains, I'll bring in the parlor. Hopefully things will not fall too much. Oh, oh, come here. Yeah. So our parlor, yeah. There we go, falling down. Um, but today you will see that there's actually a good reason not to glue the walls, the layers of the walls yet, because this way it'll be easier for me to work on the curtains actually. Now, fireplace, please stand. Thank you. So this is our parlor. It definitely has a lot of windows. So I'll probably do just the one curtain today on the live, and then continue off camera. Um, and one of the main things that needs to be taken into consideration is actually how the curtains are going to be hanged on the wall. And my current idea is actually to basically add a layer, like a piece of wood that is on the edge, on the top of the wall. That's the word, wall. Basically, a piece of wood right here at the top that would be like right next to the ceiling, and from that the curtains will hang. Now, Victorian curtains can be very decorative and like layered, and a lot of yeah, with a lot of fabric and so on. I'm currently not thinking of doing too much of that, just because it's really tiny. And as I mentioned before, when we're doing miniatures, one of the biggest issues with textiles is not only scale of weaving and so on, but also just the weight of it. And curtains, part of the beauty of curtains is the weight of them. And that's very hard to do with a very small amount of fabric, even though I am hardening it with glue and so on. So yeah, so I think that we might just have this kind of strip of wood at the top, and the curtains coming from there. And I'll show you sort of my plan for the curtains. I'm going to move full screen to the table so I can show you better. Gently moving this aside. So basically, I'm planning to do something like this. I don't know if you can, how well you can see. I'll bring it to the camera. It's gold with a nice sort of damask pattern in red, in deep red, that would fit the walls. And yeah, I'll show you. So I don't think I brought it here, but so last week I actually showed you a piece of fabric that was gold that I used with, basically I used how do you call it, gold colored tissue paper, and I glued it on top of fabric, and I thought I would use it, but then that gold, the gold paper had, it was kind of a cold gold, it had like this greenish undertone that really didn't work with the tone of the colors of this room. So in the end, I just changed to using paint, and I'll explain what I did. I've done it before the live, because every time you work with paint and fabric or glue and fabric, it just takes so long for things to dry. So I had to do it before the live because I couldn't do it during. But so yeah, so basically, here we go. We start with a piece of fabric. And I can demo it if you want, so let me know. But I think that it's kind of something that I can explain without really showing you. So basically, the fabric, I'm starting with the fabric, and on top of this fabric, I used a white tissue paper that I glued on. And what the tissue paper does is that you can see that there's, the weaving here is like, it's very thin fabric, but the weaving is very much, it's really weird on the camera. I'm sorry, that could make people dizzy. Sorry about that, but it's very big scale weaving. And if you look closely, I hope you can see it with this. Yeah, I think you can. The texture of the fabric goes through the tissue paper, but because it's an extra layer, it just becomes a much finer textile kind of weave. Yeah, finer textile weave, which fits the scale much better. So yay for that. So I used collage medium to put the tissue paper, just plain white tissue paper on the fabric. You can use collage paper as well. I just went with tissue paper because it's cheaper and there's nothing special with this. So I didn't feel like, wasting my beautiful plain collage paper that is discontinued and I'm hoarding it. Let's be honest. So I glued the paper and you can kind of see, I guess, I'll show you the other side actually. You can see the edges where the paper is over the fabric, right? So I colored it with this very shiny, actually, gold on one side. And then I realized that just to give it more depth somehow, I just kind of colored the other side with the aged mahogany, beautiful dark red paint. And that gives us this, which I will now stamp to get this. And one of the things that I also like is that, I mean, I can be very, if I'm very careful, it will not happen. But if you're just kind of gluing the tissue paper, you do get these wrinkles that I really like as an effect afterwards for the texture. Yeah, you can be very careful and avoid that if you want, but I kind of like them, so there we are. This is so reflective. Yeah, so now what I'm gonna do is stamp the texture or the pattern, because I realized that just gold curtains, even though there's a small amount of them, because there's so many of them, basically, it's just a bit too much in my opinion. Okay, so I'm using this stamp, one of the tapestry set. I'll just take it off the plastic so you can actually maybe see the pattern. Isn't it lovely? Haha. I really like it. So, and I'm using a Stazon ink. You can use archival, but I don't have archival that is quite this deep red. I do have one from Wendy Vecchi. Yes, am I pronouncing her name right? I'm not sure. But she's the one that does basically, I think, most of the archival colors on Distress. And she has some beautiful colors. I have this really lovely kind of plum deep red color from her, but this one is deeper. So I'm just gonna cover the entire thing with this lovely ink. This Tazon, you mean? It's really beautiful. Or you mean the stamp? I love that. I love both, to be honest. Yes, a crazy kitty just passed through the room with a run. There were no funny sounds this time, I think, but you tell me. Okay, and I'm not actually too worried about it being, perfect stamping because, yeah, destroyed house, right? So yeah, I am just going to place this down and just kind of go with my fingers and stamp it around. You can use a stamping tool for this, but I don't need more than one layer. And for that, sometimes, yeah, when it's such a big stamp, it's actually easier a lot of times to just do this. Yeah, just stand backwards, basically, I guess. But yeah. Okay, that feels like I've gotten everywhere. Let's see. Yep. You can see it's not perfect, but it is definitely perfect to what we need. At least in my opinion. I like it this way. Move the stamp aside. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna let this dry a bit. Does dry quite quickly, but we have another one I can work with. So why risk it? Now I'm just gonna bring a wall. It's very convenient that I can just bring a little wall. Thank you. And what I was thinking of doing is basically take this popsicle stick and kind of use it at the top. So this would be right at the very top of the wall. And because it has some thickness, I see that I need to color this side as well. It would, it will give me space to kind of hang the curtains from it. So I think that would work. Let me know if you think otherwise and so on. Yeah, and I did do a couple of attempts of coloring, and you can see I used, by the way, the Gather Twigs re-inker, yeah, to color. And you can see, so what happened basically, the difference between these two sticks is that I filed this one a bit before putting the glue. Hey, Kala. Oh, no worries. We are doing the curtains. The curtains have been very late to begin with, so I think it's fair. So yeah. So you can see the difference. It's really interesting. So I guess that it's not the case with all popsicle sticks that you buy, but I guess that there was some sort of finishing on it, because you can see that this one took the ink completely different from this one. Yes, curtains. Very exciting. But yeah, so where is, there it is. Just a sec. Can just color the bottom bit. Yeah, so it will fit. And I will. Noxie, what is up with you? Noxie's just running through the room to the living room and back like a crazy kitty she is. But yeah, so I think this will be at the top. And then the curtains will come from it. And we will have window frames. And did I bring it? I don't think I did. But basically, so I have had very happy mail the other day, getting the new Tim Holtz Village collection, the new dies. So excited. And I'm definitely going to play a lot with them soon. And I have discovered that, oh, just a second, by, complete happy accident, all of these window dies, their width fits perfectly with these windows. Completely by accident, because I did not have these dies. I had no idea what would be the width of it, but it fits perfectly. And I'm thinking of using them to create little, well, basically, let me take the single one, kind of create frames that will create, do sections in the windows. I haven't gotten to it yet. But because it requires calculations. So yeah, but that was a happy thing. And for now, I will just, ask you kindly to imagine that there will be a frame. Yeah, I can show. That's another option of just taking this line basically and having this very large frame over all of it, which is another option. I might do that instead. I might keep the kind of graded, uh, the frames that are separated to the other side, to the outside of the house. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think, because I kind of like it this way as well. But so imagine that there's a frame there, and then this things comes from the top of the ceiling, and we'll have the curtains. And I think that in order not to cover too much of what we have, we'll basically have curtains. So if we're talking about like each pair of these windows, for example, we'll have a curtain, like one curtain that would cover this one that would cover this one. So we'll basically have them hanging from both of these sides here. So nothing will hang here in the middle. That's my idea for now. I think that also for the bay windows, we'll probably have like curtains that are gathered at the edges of the bay window. Is everything? Oh, okay. My phone is showing as if the video is stuck. So let me know. And my computer isn't. So I'm not sure what's going on. Let me know if everything is working. And I will start cutting curtain fabric. This is really weird. Oh, now it's back. Did you have a fluke thingy? I don't know, something with a video, or was it just my phone? Okay, I'm gonna do my best to cut straight. Probably should have brought my my trimmer. That's the word I was looking. Video is okay. Good. Okay. That was so weird. Okay. Now let's just cut as straight as possible. I'm not actually very good at cutting straight lines or drawing them, but that seems to be okay. Yeah, just my phone giving me a heart attack. Why not, phone? Why not? Okay, so I want the curtains to be, let's bring this pretty much to the floor. I think we might actually be like pretty much, it's pretty much perfectly half. That's good. That is very good. So, here. And cut here. Let's go. And now we are hoping very, very much that when I do the folding, the glue plus paint have hardened the fabric enough to make it stick. If it won't work, then I will have to figure out a way to make it sit. I might actually have to iron it, which makes me sad. Somehow. But that's the only thought I have. I will have to wait for that because fabric and glue take a long time to dry, and you really don't want to take the risk of having any kind of reaction to the heat. We'll see if we can actually just do it with where's my bone folder? There it is. Let's see if this would help. It does seem to help. Yeah, that might be enough. We'll see. Um, oh, are my fingers already colored? Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, how is everybody today? Hope you're all good. Um, I don't know. I feel like the only ones here that are possibly preparing to Thanksgiving are Karen and Sue, right? No, actually, Sue, you don't. You're in Canada, right? So you don't. So it's just Karen. Oh no. Uh, Good luck with that. Although, I'm sure you'll be perfectly good. And hopefully, it'll be very useful and fun. Well, I don't know. Yeah, presentations are fun sometimes. It is fun sometimes to do them. Yay. Yeah, this is just one of those stages in, when you make, like, if I would film this video, this would be the part I would fast forward for sure. Folding is not the most interesting thing in the world. But, that is, that's part of the thing with lives. It seems to be holding okay, hopefully. So here is a question, because probably have I don't know how they're called. It's either really good and deep and exciting, or completely not understandable. Let's go for the first. It's really good and deep and exciting, definitely. Um, it's always that part, yeah, when you're preparing and you're like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's gonna be any good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really happy with the idea of like the idea that you gave me for like going with gold color. I think it really works well with the room. But yeah, but I did want to add some pattern because it felt like the gold on its own was a bit much, even for a Victorian mansion. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. And it's weird. The this metallic paint, this one, it has a very good shine quality. It's I have used it several times in different ways. It's very nice, but it somehow remains kind of sticky for a really long time. So yeah, it's very odd. That's why you see that when I'm folding it after I crease it with a bone folder, I have to kind of gently separate it again. Yeah. Mm. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see if I'll add something like on the wood panel, like an extra decoration, but I'm not sure because I feel like it might be too much. It might be just enough. We'll see when we get there. Okay. What did I want? Yes, I wanted to ask. So, like when you have long curtains like that, or well, window curtains as well, actually, like normal size. You have those little strips of fabrics that hold it in place in the sides when they're open. So I think we should have those. And the question is if they should be like the same fabric as the curtains, which I think is generally what they do, but sometimes they kind of add the more decorative, something more decorative, so it'll be like a slightly different color or something like that, which could be cool as well. Almost. One more fold. And I hope we have enough of the fabric for a fold. I think so. It might be a little bit, might be a little bit tricky actually. Let's just see. Yeah, because I think we can get another one in. Because I don't want to. Oh, this is complicated. Wait, we'll just start from the other side and we'll get it done. And I'm sorry if I'm being quiet all of a sudden, but I'm focusing on folds or something. Yep. So just getting that little one already. Now we need to. Ooh. Yeah, the last one that I did was a little big. I don't know if that's gonna work. Okay. Might have to cheat with it somehow a bit. Yes, you can. We just want another fold right here. Oh boy. There we are. I feel like, yeah, maybe just use this ruler. And that might help us. Promise I'll finish soon. I don't know. When you do these kind of things, there's always like, it's going great, it's going great, it's going great. And then there's that moment when something is just like, no, that's not what I meant. Hopefully we'll manage to figure it out. Everything will be okay. Yes. Okay, so now we need one more fold right here in the middle. I feel like I just did too many folds there. I don't know. It's a bit weird. Yeah. Okay. I think we'll just do one fold here. And if there's too much fabric, we'll just have to cut off a little bit in the end, and that will be fine as well. Because I don't want it to be too wide either. Yeah. Yeah, there's a bit too much fabric here, so I'm just going to cut off the excess. Doing my best to do it straight. And hey, look, that could be our little strippy to hold it in place. All is well. I could claim that it was according to plan, but well, you already know it wasn't. Okay, so basically we will have, let's see, just pressing it down a bit. I'm going to sew the top in a second to kind of keep it in shape, but basically this curtain will be around here and we will hold it like this. Yeah. I have no idea if that was clear in any way, but hopefully. Okay, so I'm gonna just press this down a bit. Trying to make sure that all these folds are holding in place. Now I'm gonna sew at the top, separating it gently. And yeah, I already put the string in the needle and tied it up before we started. So I can go ahead and just sew the top. I'm just gonna, yeah, so I just want to hide the knot. So I went from the inside outside, and now I can, yes I can. Ooh, the thing is really small. I'm trying to, aha, there's the focus. And we'll just basically going through these folds. And I picked a color of thread that is very similar to the base, to the gold background. So hopefully it will not be too visible. Just pulling through, and through. Yep. Just like this. And again, I'm gonna bring the thread to the back to tie it up. I'm also going to actually thread it through another ooh, what are you doing, thread? Please, no getting stuck now. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. It apparently wrapped around itself, so we will need to kind of pull it out, release it, and hope for the best, basically. Yeah. It's ooh, ooh, it's not looking too good, but I think it'll be fine in the end. I hate it when this happens. I mean, it'll be fine either way. There's always a way around things, including just, you know, what I might have to do, which is cutting the thread and doing it again. Thank you, Sue. But yeah, let me see if this is working. So technically, yeah, okay. It's also a little bit too long, but I can cut it afterwards. Basically, squish it again together. Curtain will be here, and you can see that it's pretty much the same height as this piece of wood, which is what I was aiming for, so yay for that. And we will have a little strip here in the middle that will hold it in place. Hey, Peggy! Yeah, I know. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, that's so cool. Have fun with your daughter. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Um, and yeah, happy holidays. Okay, I'm gonna just, I think that there isn't much of a choice here. I will have to kind of redo this, sadly. But yeah. I'm not sure how condensed I want it, but we'll see. Okay, so just a quick little knot here, and let's see, more. Yep. And okay, so I'm just doing again what I did before, going from the inside to make sure that the knot is not visible. I'll be a bit more careful this time when pulling the thread through, so I know that it doesn't knot around itself like it did last time, very rudely, if I might add. Okay. That is sometimes the issue with double threads. It makes everything stronger, obviously, but it also can cause issues. But yeah, this worked for so far. Let's finish this by just putting it in and just going to the middle and just oof. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do is just put my fingers in the middle of this loop that the string is creating to make sure that it doesn't do what it's doing now, which is roll over itself and cause problems. But I think this time we've got it. Yay! Done! Haha! Success. Yep. Okay. So we'll just quickly tie it up here at the back so I can cut it off. Okay. So that's that. And because it's on a string, we can kind of play with the spaces up here. This will be like that. And I'm just wondering where would we have sort of this strippy thing that holds things in place. Let's see. Where would be a good place? Also, taking into consideration the height of things, because people need to reach it. So it would be actually quite low, I think, like not in the middle, but actually closer, maybe around here. Sorry for blabbing a lot here, but I think it's okay. Like this. Yeah, I think this would be a good length. I'm going to, though, cut the curtains a bit, so let's see. Because this goes from up here, this is connecting here and here. I think it should be a little bit shorter. Yeah, so cut it at this length. I think I'll also kind of give the folds another press, because it's really, yeah. It's basically the outside fold mostly that I really wanted to stay in place. So I might just try and utilize the fact that it's a little bit on the sticky side with this paint to try and keep it a little bit glued down, sort of. Can always add glue afterwards. Have a great day, Peggy, and yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Okay, so that would be here. Let's see. And yeah, I think I might play a bit with, let's see, for adding this little strippy here. Because we can always play a bit with this fabric. It has been hardened quite a bit by the paint and the collage medium, but it's not completely. I think it's already looking pretty good. Yeah, okay. So maybe what I'll do actually is try to get this is a bit tricky, but I'm actually trying to kind of get the middle folds almost to stick a bit to each other in hopes that that will kind of keep the whole shape a bit more condensed, because it's not open. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's fold the other curtain. I can already cut it to the length that we have here. Yeah, so it's just about here. Yep. And fold it. Also, it was a bit, I did remove a bit of the edge, so I can also do that already. You know what? No, I don't want to do that because I cannot guarantee, sadly, that the folds will be exactly the same. So we'll just try and do that quickly. So we can have a general idea of how these curtains are going to be. Oh, that did not work. Okay. Oof. This one is giving me problems. Not. Maybe I should have done a bigger fold. Anyways. It's making very funny noises. I don't know if you can actually catch if the like my microphone actually catches it. But it does make very funny noises. Anyways. I'm just trying to get it done pretty quickly because I just want to be able to show you sort of, my vision or something. Um, okay, so pretty much don't think I've done a very good job with folding this one, but I think we can get the idea. We are almost out of time, so just to kind of, again, just to get the general idea. Okay, so we will have this on top. I can sort of just wrap it a bit like this, so it would hold in a way, I guess, I hope. No. I can actually tie it up. Chittering a bit, but So we'll have a sort of idea of what things would look like. A sort of idea. So yeah, I think make it a little bit higher like this. Here. And this one that has completely opened up. Brr. Have another one over here. And just so we'll remember, do have the fireplace here. So this one will probably be closed pretty tightly. Because the fireplace, I mean, it's a small fireplace, but it does take space. So you can sort of see the plan here. Something like this. We'll do it the other way around. I think it'll be easier to see. This one can be a little bit open and it's fine I guess. Why will it not stay? There. It's kind of a ridiculous look, but sort of. You can sort of kind of get the plan. Of course, there will be window frames as well. Um, and we'll have pretty much the same on these sides. I mean, you know how it is. Basically, I'm going to glue things down if the fabric will not. Um, thank you. Thanks so much. If the fabric will not do what I want it to do, I'll glue it down to make it do what I want it to do. That's how it works. But basically, that would be the idea for the curtains. They will be also on the bay windows. We'll have another pair here, and there'll be an extra pair on the bay windows that we haven't gotten around to. Um, I'll probably, yeah, I'll do it until next time so you can see it. And I don't know, next week we can do so many things. Uh, I might, yeah, I might utilize the community tab to actually ask you in a poll, and I might kind of go with the whims of it. I don't know. There is a lot still to do in the parlor, but we can also jump to the other side of the hallway and work on the dining room a bit. Do a nice fancy table or some. Oh yeah, there was the folding screen that I wanted to do. So we can think about the options. And yeah, I think that pretty soon we might actually go to another floor up. At least I would like to have the option to like get the other floor ready so we can decide what we're doing. So yeah, let me know if you have anything that you particularly feel like seeing me do. And if not, I will, surprise you or something. And yeah, and thank you again so very much for joining me. This is so much fun having you guys every week. If you're watching this in the future um, and you haven't caught up on the lives or whatever, do join in on the lives themselves. There's no chronological order in what I'm making, as you may have noticed, so you can jump in every time, anytime, and there's no need to kind of catch up on everything I've done before. And it's fun. It's fun to have you around. So, yeah, I think this will be it for today, for this week. Next week, it's December, which is crazy. It's like we're this close to finishing 2021. It's insane. I do not understand where this year has gone, where the last few years have gone. It's completely crazy. But yeah, what can you do? Time is running and we must run along with it, I guess. So yeah. So I will see you. Yeah, times is too fast. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying this, and I'm definitely enjoying this and having your company around. And I will see you next week. Yeah, that's it. Bye for now, and thank you again.